Hi, I'm Deborah Keevan of deborahkeevan.com, and today I have with me Mr. Frank Deming, the author of 7 Steps to Recession-Proofing Your Business. And I'm so excited to talk with you today, Frank, about your best-selling book, because I know that anyone who's listening to this will actually uncover some key things that they can do to help grow them in their business.
Correct.
It's great to see you.
I'm here.
So, 7 steps to recession-proofing your business. At a very high level, what exactly is your book about?
Real high level, really the book is, I've noticed that a lot of small businesses do not have a plan. So at a very, very, very high level, this book is a playbook, if you will, that they need to go out there and get their business going in the modern times.
So when you say modern times, are you talking about being on social media or other tools specifically?
Right. They have to be, gone are the days of the yellow, as we know. So we got to be digital. We got to stay present. We got to stay current. So this book gives you that playbook for that.
That's awesome. What led you to the inspiration for this book?
Well, as I was doing a lot of research and interviewing people, I noticed that there was a gap in the market, in that there a lot of small businesses do not, they don't feel that they can actually compete with the bigger businesses. So if you're a roofer and you're a $2.5 million business, let's say, just very small compared to the bigger roofers that are that are 9 and 10 figure businesses. So they feel, hey, I can't compete with them. This book it really narrows that gap to how to do that.
And so when you talk about a gap, can you say more about specifically when you picture a gap? You gave an example of a financial gap. What other gaps might there be?
Another gap is really not having a marketing arm. A lot of those larger businesses have a marketing arm. So this book is going to show you that you can also have a marketing arm with some associates, of course, of how you can compete and get a little piece of that 8, 9, 10 figure businesses that those bigger companies are having. And you just take a little bite of that pie. There's enough business for everyone.
That's awesome. So if I'm a little guy or a little girl and I have, that doesn't sound quite right, but if I have my own company and if I am thinking about someone else who's got a larger company, let's say Brene Brown, and clearly we're on very different arenas as far as what we do, but maybe not who we serve. Are you saying that the 7 steps that you outline will help me get more of her business?
I absolutely saying that 100%, because there are certain people that will resonate a lot more with your message than hers. And this book shows you that.
That's far out. So talk to me a little bit about how maybe one of the practical ways to apply these 7 steps in my business and how the book is structured in a way to support me. Because, sometimes I get these books and I have a lot of books and I'll read the first chapter, but your book is a little different. It's more action oriented, right?
Yeah, my book is 100% action. It takes a lot of fluff. It's got a little bit of the beginning of it, of course, because I have to show my story as to why I wrote the book. But it goes straight into action, and it's got some steps that you have to write down and really think about, hone in on who you're trying to connect with. And that is the best part of the book, to be honest with you. It's my favorite part because it really gets you close to the heart as to why you're in business in the first place. Even if you've been in business for 30 years, Debbie, this book will help you.
That's awesome. So it's great for people who may be in startup mode to use some of the tools and techniques that you've outlined to help them get to a growth state. It could also be for people who are redefining who they are, getting really clear and moving to the next level.
Correct. because you're always redefining ourselves. We have to. Otherwise, we'll still be writing in chisel and like the back in the farm. We have
Now
to.
you're speaking my language. I was thinking we'll be using rotary phones and the yellow pages and getting dial tones.
Right. Right.
So you're saying basically anyone. Can you give me some examples of who you're thinking like right off the top of your head would benefit from getting your book?
Family law attorneys will benefit 100%. Roofers, I mentioned them before, they benefit. Home improvement companies, chiropractors, dentists, waterproofing companies have been going out of the woodwork, working with these steps and taking off with it. So companies love those. Those are just a small sample. Coaches will benefit from them.
Okay.
Those are small samples of who this book serves.
Well, that's really interesting because you're talking about people who are serving others. Is everyone you talked about, they're serving, a roofer is serving the families he's working with to create a safe home or a secure home, whereas a family law attorney is also in service to keep a family healthy as it goes through its growth or transition phases. And then, of course, coaches are transforming everyone depending upon their area of expertise. Wow. So your book is going to have a big reach. So someone gets your book, which you're giving away as part of listening to this interview, and they apply the principles. What kind of growth or percentage of growth do businesses generally see after they've applied all 7 action steps to recession-proofing their business?
I'm glad you asked that question, especially that you emphasize on all 7, because it's key that you don't skimp on any of the steps, Debbie. So I'm glad you said that. But what we've noticed over the last 10 years in business, anyone who has successfully completed all 7 steps have seen at least a 25% increase in their revenue within the first 12 months.
Wow, that's a pretty huge significant increase. I need to find my own thesaurus. Well, that's great. Is there anything that you're thinking that maybe I haven't asked you that you'd like to share about your book or about how you serve other people?
No, I mean, I think we've covered it. I think anyone who is really, really looking to probably get, maybe they're thinking of extending their business, maybe they have another arm or whatever, maybe they move their location and they said, hey, now I'm adding a different location. Right. This book is going to help them not only redefine their current business and their new in their old location, actually establish a presence in the new location because they use the principles in this book.
That's awesome. Well, I think it's really great. I've read your book, and so anyone who's watching, if you're interested in getting a free copy of this book, somewhere on this page will be a link. If you click on that link and fill out your name and information, Frank will be sure to send you your very own copy of 7 Steps to Recession-Proofing Your Business so you can grow your business by 25% after you implement all 7 steps. No skimping.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Frank.
Thank you, Debbie.